Good afternoon, everyone. It is October 9th, 2022. Globex has not opened yet, just yet. This video will be for a plan for tomorrow's RTH session. That is October 10th. Before we get into that, I want to briefly just go over sort of some key areas I'm looking at. Now, in the prior video, the weekly outlook, which I would recommend watching prior to this, I described some higher time frame balance zones, but what I am looking for is sort of a balance from about 20-ish up to 35-ish. Kind of this being the lows of our balance, and then an upper balance around what do you say, about 3,700, give or take, about to 3,750. This being an upper balance, and you can kind of see it as key support or resistance, or however you want to call it. And now, if we narrow that down into Friday's range, we have value area low sitting at the lows of the session, value area high around 81-ish. I think tomorrow will largely be a churny session. We may drip down lower to kind of the lows of that balance I just discussed, right around that 20-ish area, perhaps 17 being the prior week's low. Maybe we get into that. However, I doubt that we really do make a lower move. For the large part, I think we'll be trading inside of the day's range. Now, let's open up some drawings here. I will be treating 37.11 as the pivot, just because we have the gap above, and 11 has been that critical support resistance for quite a while now. So 37.11 will be the one of the main areas I'll be looking to get short. Now the final area I'll be looking to get short is 3750.75, right around that prior week, not prior week, even weeks prior from that, the high of the week at 51.25, and the daily low on Thursday at 50.75. So I'll be looking for that as the gap close short. I understand the actual price close is a little bit higher, but this will be the range gap close as well as a higher time frame balance area that's been critical for since June, July. So to me, this will be kind of the most important area for momentum for bulls to show up if they do. Above that, this says pivot, but you can ignore it. I'm not looking to play above this area. You're entering into Thursday's value. There's a POC somewhere in the 60s. I know the sell-off for the NFP was around 60, 70. So I think it gets a little messy in there, and I just don't want to play it for tomorrow. And I also think the likelihood of that even trading is quite low. Now, I am looking to also get short at 88.5. We have last week's value area low sitting at 87.75. We have the sessional value area low around 81-ish. So I will be looking for a fade at 88s for a move back into value, likely traveling down to the POC. There was also a high volume node around 60, 64-ish, 64, 60. So maybe that sells off down into this area here. I'm not looking to play inside of value, value being at the day's low. I think there might be a short opportunity here if we do come down below. However, I think the safer idea would be to just avoid it as a whole. Now, if we do come into this lower, the lowest of balances, let's put on the Globex hours here and swap over to a 30-minute. There is this small balance area here. If we do come into it, I would expect 13 to be a nice sell, so something like this, and move down. Perhaps it does sell off around that 39, 35 area, and then taking a short off of 13 for a move into this 87 area. If that does happen, that's great. So also, if we do end up flushing, which again I'm doubtful of, usually after such a large sell-off, the day it does end up being quite rotational, boring, balanced, however you want to call it. I doubt we do end up breaking the current RTH low of the year around 95 and getting into this 87 area. However, I will be looking for shorts off of 87 and 72-ish through being the right around the low of the year. However, for the large part, again, these are extenuating circumstances. I think for the large part, what we will be looking for is a short at 88, short at 11, and in the unlikely event that we do end up trading around 50, I will be looking to short 50.75, and in the unlikely event we break the day's low, I will be looking to short 13.5 at 87 and 72.5. Hope that helps. Any updates to levels, which may happen based off of Globex's action, I will post to Twitter. The link to that will be in the bio. Hope that helps, and trade safe.